This next devo in the series called Known is called The Book. And the verse is still from Psalm 139, and it says, "My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place, when I was woven together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be." Last time we talked about being knitted and fearfully and wonderfully made, and this time we're still talking about it. It's important to know this so that we realize that we are known. The fact that conception occurs, we know, is a miracle if you read and study the process of making a baby. And even the parents who are intimately connected in the formation of the baby have no idea what their baby will look like, if he'll have hair or not, what kind of personality she will have, how much they will weigh. All of those particulars are hidden and secret until the baby appears. But there is one that knows the baby's frame from before the time conception even takes place. We've already established that he formed our kidneys, our physical urges, and our desires, our spiritual longings in the womb. But here we find out that nothing was hidden before him, even before we were a thought in our parents' minds. Remember, he knitted us together, and here the word woven is used. We were woven together in the depths of the earth. And this verbiage is just to indicate that when all of our parts and being were hidden from everyone else, he knew us, and he was in the process of creating us. We have never been hidden from the eyes and hands of God. And what this piece offers is that if we truly know this fact, we feel known and we know that we are loved. Even in life, when we feel hidden and unseen, we can find comfort in knowing that he knew us before anyone else formed us or made us. Therefore, we have purpose. I love the next part that said his eyes saw our unformed body. I don't know about you, but when someone's looking at me, it's either adorable and I feel complete. Picture of a loving creating. Comfortable if a creepy person is staring at me. This verse holds the picture of a loving creator adoring his creation. Before we ever took a breath, cried, walked, or moved, he saw us with his eyes. We really don't decide the value of a person in our life until we get to know them. And even if that person hurts us, then their value diminishes in our eyes. We don't look at them the same anymore if they abandon, mistreat, or lie to us. Eyes are all-knowing. Kids won't look us in the eyes when they're ashamed, but when they feel completely loved, their eyes meet ours and we melt. God's eyes saw us unformed, and he still chose to finish the process and awaken our breath. The last part of this passage says all of our days were written in his book before they came to be. Some take this to mean that there are a certain number of days we're given to live, and that's it, and that's all they take from this verse. But to me, I see more, that he sees every page of my life before it's lived, the ups and the downs, the sickness and health, disappointment and victory, failure and success, and it goes back to that other verse about us being hemmed in. No one or no thing can rewrite the purposes and plans he has for me. In other words, if he says in his book that I'm going to be brave and full of faith, then that's what's written and formed and knitted and woven, and that's what I want to be. I may not look anything like that brave person as I fumble in fear, but remember, the darkness is as light to him. If he says in the book you're going to be a friend to the friendless, then no one and no thing can stop you from fulfilling those pages in his story, even if friends come and go and abuse and hurt, because he's going to make sure that you know he's a friend that sticks closer than a brother. And if he says in that book that your children are going to rise up like a mighty army and do great things for God, even if they seem defeated on every front, those pages are written and we can see his stamp on them because our kids were formed, knitted, and known in ways that we as the best parents in the world will never know them. We want to be known, and that's a great comfort in knowing about the knower before anyone else knew us. You write your baby's steps in words and record their milestones in books on tablets and keep them as keepsakes. But he has a book that's written on each of us that's a forever album, one he started before we ever came to be, and he will continue forever with him. What a comfort to be ordained. It's an official order and written in his book, one which no one can erase. He knows us.